5 Unusual People in the World, Part 74. Hello you guys, I'm Keisha and wish you all a new day full of energy. We cannot choose how we were born. Some unlucky people have strange characteristics or a strange disease that science hasn't been able to cure. Join me to meet them in this video. Are you ready? Let's begin. Number 5. Lily McQueen. Lily McQueen, born in 2001 from Lancaster, England, has a rare syndrome that causes the right half of her body to grow faster than the left half. Despite having an extremely rare strange disease syndrome, this little girl always keeps a bright mind. Her disease was diagnosed at 11 months old. It was a rare disease called Beckwith-Whitman syndrome. It is characterized by different body parts growing at different rates. Currently, Lily Mike's right leg is nearly 1.18 inches longer than her left. Her right arm and hand are larger than her left ones, and her tongue is unevenly large on either side. She often falls while playing and has to wear shoes of different sizes. Due to the larger side of her tongue, Lily Mike cannot suck on a pacifier and she cannot drink from a bottle. From the age of 5 months, the baby has been drinking milk from a cup. She also often falls while playing because of her feet. Doctors assume that she can recover from the disease when growing up. According to statistics, 1 in 15,000 people will suffer from this strange disease. A local cafe has launched a charity campaign to raise money to take the girl on vacation to Spain. This is a good opportunity for her to have fun and forget about hospital visits. We all know that if the zombie pandemic occurs, all the people of this world will be in real danger. But do you believe that there is such a virus? Number 4. Carol Navasi. Carol Navasi, born in 1954 in Sri Lanka, an island nation with a majority Buddhist population in South Asia, has an extremely scary face that makes people think of the zombie, as in the classic movie of Hollywood. Carol Navasi suffers from an extremely rare disease caused by an infection. It took away half of her face, including mouth, cheeks, left eye, and left ear. The muscles on half of her face are completely rotten, and her left lip is also rotten, revealing zombie-like teeth. The disease started when she and her child decided to build a small house of their own. During construction, she contracted a small wound infection on her cheek. Starting with a small wound on her cheek, this woman's face became swollen, and she developed a fever the next day. Since then, the biggest nightmare of her life began. Carol Navasi went to the hospital to receive support from the doctors, where the hospital kept her for a week. The doctors then decided to cut off the infected area. But this nightmare hasn't been over yet. The infection recurred because there were still tissues of the old disease, and then her face was disfigured and she lost an eye. Carol Navasi has been accepted by the US organ transplant team, and she will be the 6th person in the world to receive a new whole-face transplant. We are surprised by how many healthy people are willing to risk their lives or disfiguration just to have a more perfect face as desired. But the next woman is the complete opposite. Number 3. Wiyang Bunmi. Wiyang Bunmi was born in 1955 in Thailand with a rare disease that causes her face to sag like streams of water, making her ugly. However, she still accepts to live with it, determined not to undergo any surgeries. According to doctors, Ms. Wiyang has suffered from neurofibromatosis since a child. From an early age, Mr. Wiyang had abnormal signs on her face, her skin sagging at an amazing rate and causing her eyes to lose vision completely. Her nose and lips also not intact. However, worried that she might die during the surgery, she decided to live with the disease despite her sagging face. Many people inquired, even some doctors wanted to help, but she refused. She moved from rural areas in Surin province to the capital, Bangkok, where she makes a living by selling accessories on the sidewalks in the city center. Neurofibromatosis is an inherited condition that usually begins in childhood and causes benign tumors to develop on nerve tissue. The severity of the condition varies among sufferers, and in developed countries, It is often treated in the early stages with surgery. Number 2. Abu Bakhander. Abu Bakhander, born in 1997, Bangladeshi, suffers from a rare genetic disease that causes his body to have an extremely strange shape. His arms and feet look like a dry tree, large, rough, and scaly, like the bark of a tree. When he was 10 years old, he tried to amputate them on his own, but it kept growing back. His disease is known as epidermal dysplasia verruciformis, tree-man syndrome, or warts that produce bark-like cells on the fingers, palms, and feet. This condition is caused by a defect in the immune system that increases susceptibility to the HPV virus or the papillomavirus, leading to chronic infection, skin damage, and an increased risk of melanoma of the skin. Mr. Bakhander first noticed the blisters, which over time developed into scabs, and blister completely carving his hands, making him lose his job as a rickshaw driver and becoming the focus of international medical attention. Bakhander cannot eat, drink, brush his teeth, or bathe on his own. He cannot even hug his daughter. In 2016, surgeries have helped to give the man some confidence back, allowing him to eat and write with his own hands. After undergoing 25 surgeries in 2016, Bakhander voluntarily left the hospital in August 2018 to seek out a treatment and also did not notify medical staff, and the disease quickly recurred. Some people in this world try to transform into something different with the hope of becoming famous, but the last man in this video did it because of his kindness. Number 1. Armstrong Bailey. Armstrong Bailey was born in 1980 from Dundee, Scotland. He is an extremely strange man. He often roams on the streets of Scotland, wearing giraffe clothes that his mother sewed for him to do good deeds for people. He also travels to different places to do charity work. He calls himself the Good Giraffe. He often helps to make free coffee for office workers, clean up trash on the street, takes care of abandoned animals, or make music performance to raise money for pediatrics hospitals. During the first 6 months of 2012, Armstrong gave free bananas and water to runners at the Edinburgh Half Marathon, cleaned up trash on Portobello Beach, and gave away £10 vouchers to mothers in the hospital. Bailey said he was inspired to dress up as a giraffe when he saw a man in a gorilla costume playing the drums in Edinburgh. The giraffe is his favorite animal and it suits his personality. After sharing that charity idea, many people are interested in it and have a positive response. He even receives emails from Germany, Malaysia, Hong Kong, and many other parts of the world. However, his appearance on the street sometimes scares some children and makes many strangers curious. But he still maintains this job because it brings him happiness and brings people satisfaction. Bailey says he will never give up. Those are the people that I believe you will never forget. We always have our own attractions, but they are not so lucky. Hopefully, such strange diseases will no longer be seen in this world. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to watch more interesting videos. And now, goodbye and see you later.